So you've got to put in your colours that the jockey wears. You also need to put in any pads that are going to be underneath the jockey's saddle. So we're going to put in this non-slip pad and this racing pad will go too. You can also put in bigger girths, smaller girths if you wanted to. And if you're wearing any headgear like blinkers or a hood, then you have to put them in the bag, as the clerk of the scales needs to see them before they get worn. When we get to races, we need to think about what we've brought to make our horse comfortable. So depending on the weather, you need to bring adequate rugs. So I've just brought an extra cooler rug there. 2 buckets, one for water in the stable and another for washing off after the race. Also, many people use muzzles to stop the horses eating the bedding at the races. So in this bucket we have some mane and tail spray, plaiting bands, black and white there, small grooming kit, so you've got your tail brush, your body brush, little face brush, sponge and sweat scraper for washing off, toothpick, some combs and scissors for plaiting, and your hoof oil. We also want to bring with us a small first aid kit. There are vets there for any major injuries, but if we wanted to bandage up for the way home or see to small cuts, we bring some Gamgee, some cotton wool, some wound cream, we've got vet wrap, some more bandages and pads, and we've also got some stable bandages and Gamgee there just to support any legs that might be a bit sore and hot after racing. We've also got a quarter marker here, and you can do it by hand or by using stencil. Right, so we need to think about the race, and we're obviously going to need to bring a bridle. So this one's made up just with a snaffle, and this is an Australian noseband. We've also got the breast girth attached here. So that'll be going in our bag, which is often also used. And this is an Irish martingale, which goes on the reins to stop the reins going over the head. These other 2 bits, this is a ring bit, which is quite commonly used for horses that like to take a bit of a hold. And this is just the same, apart from the tongue plate, which holds the tongue down in the horse's mouth and can help with their breathing. Alternatively, a lot of people use tongue ties. You get proper ones, or you can use little pop socks, and that goes round the horse's tongue, under the jaw, and makes sure it doesn't block their airways. I'm going to put in some girths that are spare, and if you've got multiple horses running, obviously take spare breast girths and things. Some boots. Not all horses wear boots, but some trainers like to pop them on. This is also a girth sleeve, a non-slip girth sleeve that's used in racing, so I'm going to pop that in. And then you've got to think about whether the horse is wearing any headgear. So these are cheek pieces, and I've also got some earplugs here, which are good for nervous horses. If they get a bit spooked by all the loud noises at the races, just helps to keep them calmer. And this is a sheepskin noseband, so that goes on the front of the horse, and that's used on horses that have a high head carriage. It encourages them to bring their head down and makes them concentrate a little bit more going into their fences. I'm also going to stick in some tack cleaner. Again, if you've got multiple horses, it's great to give the lead reins and things a wipe in between, and if you've got spare 5 minutes, then make your tack extra sparkly. So once your horse is tacked up and ready for the parade ring, we've got the paddock sheet to go on. a little sheepskin on top and the roller. And we've also got a lead rein that we'll need to bring with us as well. It's good when you get to the races, take everything out the bag, hang it up, especially your paddock sheep, because they can get creased and it just looks a lot smarter. Most horses will travel in a leather head collar, and chiffony is really important at the race course because you can't lead your horse out with its stable without a chiffony on. So whenever you're going, whether that's to just walk them before the race or afterwards, always have your chiffony on as well as your head collar. When you go racing for the first time, it can be a bit nerve-wracking, but make sure you have your trainer's number or whoever's with you, if that's a representative of the trainer, so that you know where they are, and if you've got any questions you can contact them. Make sure you know when your horse is running and that you've got your bridle looked out and everything ready so that you're not stressing 5 minutes before you need to be in the parade ring. Give yourself plenty time to plait your horse and get your horse turned out, quarter marks and everything, before you need to go and get the saddle from the jockey, because the jockey might have a ride in the race before, so you might not be able to get it as early as you'd like.